So this is a supplement brand from India. Just wanted to share the results for this brand over a span of 1 year. So we're going to look at the metrics from Jan 1st of 2025 to February end of 2026. Now, this was earlier managed by an agency up until June of 2025. July is when the transition period started, and that's when I took over. So we can do like a comparison of everything that happened before July and everything that happened after. Now, the only difference is in terms of the products. They had two products earlier, and they just released another product in the last 4 months, probably, which has definitely done really, really well. But the earlier products were also doing pretty well. So they just have three products that they are selling, and their repeat customer rate is really good. So it's around 35%, which is great. And they also have enough brand awareness as of now. It has built over time. If we look at the metrics, so like let's just look at each metric one by one. So in terms of cost, it definitely has gone up. We're spending around 87,000 at the start of last year. So it was pretty gradual. So from 87, they have increased to 1 lakh in March, and then gone down again to 70, 75, up until 80. This June is when I took over. So then it has just scaled from 80 to a lakh, and now gradually we're spending around 2 lakh a month. So this was the cost. In terms of revenue, it was around 5 lakhs that they were doing earlier, and now they're reaching 10 lakh a month in revenue. So this is when we crossed 10 lakh around Jan. Earlier it was 4, 6, and then 9, then it was 10, and in February it was 13. And now in terms of ROAS, it fluctuates a lot. So as you can see, it fluctuates a lot, but like if you see a baseline, it's usually between 5 to 7x. So it was 6 and then almost 6 up until June, and then it dropped to 4, 3. And this was the baseline then between 4 to 5. And then it picked up again. The baseline shifted again from 5 to 7. So 5, and then it was almost 7 in February. This was earlier managed by an agency. So if you look at the campaigns, they mostly had a lot of performance max running. So this was a performance max for one particular product. This was for the second product. They tested like two of them for the same product. Then there were more performance max with different audience signals. And then there was a standard shopping campaign. So this is mostly what they were running. So when I took over, I shifted to a different structure. I just had one performance max campaign, which is this one. Then I had a shopping campaign to supplement this. Now both of these were non-branded. So I launched another branded shopping campaign to get the branded traffic on product listings. So this is the branded shopping campaign, and also needed to supplement it with the search brand campaign. So this is the search brand campaign. Then increased it to a generic search campaign with all cold keywords which are non-branded. Then further, we launched a YouTube campaign for really like unaware audience. So this was the kind of structure that I was following. We also tried competitor campaign, which did not really work. But yeah, so what worked, if you ask me, because the cost was gradually increased, and with it, the conversion value increased as well, without any major reduction in ROAS. So ROAS was always above 5 for the brand. So what worked was really focusing on cold traffic, because this business is such that we know they have a really good product, and we know that because the reviews are great and also good repeat customer rate. So if we're able to convert a customer at a good enough ROAS, like not too high at 4 or 5, but even at a 2x ROAS, this cold customer will definitely buy in the future. which makes the LTV really high over a period of time. And the only way for this business to grow is to acquire new customers, which we're able to do through Google, because we thought earlier that Meta definitely works really well for this client. But over the time, Google has also started working really, really well, because we've seen some really random search terms convert for them, which we did not think before. And also, what helps is the product is good and it's in the category that people are searching for a lot these days. Like they're in NMN, and they also have one sleep supplement. So there are a lot of searches going up in these directions in the last 6 months. And it's definitely just going to go upwards because a lot of people are gaining knowledge about these things now. So what works in this account is the clarity of the campaign. So it's very clear that this Performance Max campaign is only for the cold audience. And to catch branded terms on shopping, there is a separate shopping campaign for just the brand terms. Then there's another shopping campaign just for non-brand terms. Now, that one is launched just to supplement the Performance Max campaign, because Performance Max also shows our results on display and video is definitely working well in Performance Max. If I look at the channel level metric at this Performance Max campaign at a channel level, Google search is definitely doing well, but even YouTube and Gmail are working well for them, Google Display Network as well. So it's basically, I think, retargeting people who kind of look at our standard shopping ad and click on it but don't convert. So, which is why I've supplemented a Performance Max with a standard shopping. And because I saw that the YouTube ads are working really well here, I launched a demand gen campaign. Now, the demand gen campaign hasn't worked extremely well in terms of ROAS, but our goal was only to make people aware about the product. So it was more of a branding and awareness exercise rather than ROAS based. Although the ROAS is not like extremely bad, it's 2x, which is, I don't think it's bad for YouTube. What I've also tried is once things started working, I wanted to diversify a lot more to make sure I spend more for the account. And I didn't want to stuff all the budget in like 3 or 4 campaigns. So I tried splitting this Performance Max campaign in different Performance Max campaigns for each of the product. But that didn't perform that well, probably because of the volume. So, for example, this is a campaign for one product and it was running at a 2x ROAS, which is not great. The client definitely wanted more ROAS than that. So, yeah, even though like the ROAS did not improve significantly here, it was fluctuating a lot, but the volume of orders and revenue definitely went up. All the ads that we tested in the YouTube campaign, in the demand gen campaign, were our best performers on Meta. So we just uploaded those ads on YouTube and they worked. So you don't really have to make specific ads for YouTube. I think YouTube Shorts is great. It has given us a lot of conversions. Almost 60 orders have come from YouTube. So don't underestimate this and don't think you have to create specific ads here. I think YouTube Shorts would work way, way, way better than just like basic YouTube videos. In Performance Max as well, I tested a lot of signals. Like some were just like existing data of the client, some were keywords that converted before, and some were just like without keywords, no signals. We've tested everything, and whatever worked, we've just retained that. In terms of the feed, we did a feed manually. So whatever optimization we could do in terms of title and the Google product category, everything, we had just done that once because there are just 3 products and we uploaded it. So there was not a lot of optimization that happened on the feed over time, except that we just added the brand name to the titles before launching the standard shopping branded campaign. So, I mean, it's pretty basic here. There's nothing great in terms of the strategy. So, like, don't complicate anything. E-commerce is pretty easy. to scale if the product is good. Just have enough campaigns covering a lot of channels and platforms. So have search, display, YouTube, um, and just keep an eye on what is working and try to scale that. And don't try to narrow it down to like just 2 campaigns, even though like it is a pretty small SKU number for this client, but we have a good number of campaigns running for them. Because I feel like after a while, putting budget in just one campaign doesn't work. There's a need to diversify and make sure budgets are given to all kinds of inventory. And yeah, so this is it. Just wanted to show the results, and I'll see you in my next one.